Here we have verse 38 of the 4th chapter of John's Gospel. Jesus continuing the instruction to his disciples concerning the nature of harvesting, referring, of course, to the harvesting of those who have possibly been prepared beforehand. Others have done the work, and now the time of gathering, entering into the fruit, as it were, of that former labor is being highlighted. Jesus comments to them in the previous verse that the word is true, that one sows and another reaps. Sometimes there's a great distance in time that separates the sowing from the reaping. Sometimes it takes place rapidly. Here Jesus seems to refer once again rather to the long view of the matter, as we come to verse 38, in which he says, ego, I, epistelo. Epistelo is from apostello, which means to send. This is the first person singular aorist, active indicative of this liquid verb, and the addition of ego, which is not strictly speaking necessary to make sense out of it, is therefore added for emphasis, in which Jesus says I, as opposed to others, sent, humas, you, dative, plural, second person pronoun, I sent you, theridzein, to reap. We saw this in the previous verse. This is the present infinitive. So I sent you to reap, but what are you reaping? Ho, relative pronoun, that which, uk, humes, not you, and then this word, kekopiakata. This is from the verb kopiao, which means to labor, and especially has the idea of laboring rather diligently or doing hard work. Our word copious comes from this, kopiao, to labor. This, in this case, is the second person plural perfect active indicative. So I have sent you to reap that concerning which you did not and have not labored. You're entering in and getting the benefit of somebody else's labor. Alloy, this is the pronoun that means others, or another, in this case plural, of course, so others. Kekopiakasen, same word as here, the only thing that's different is this is the third person plural, perfect active indicative. Others labored, and in effect their labor has continued to have a present effect. Kai humes, this is the nominative of the second person pronoun, and you, ace tone kopon, into their labor. Kopon is from kopos. It means labor, and it's the noun form of the same word that we saw earlier. You into the labor, auton, pronoun, genitive, plural, of their work. Isoleuthata. This is from eis erchomai, which means to enter in. This is the perfect second person plural, perfect active indicative. You have entered in and are continuing to enter in. It's been a bit of a conversation as to what Jesus is exactly suggesting here, but it does seem, at least on the face of it, that he's saying that the opportunity that they're having now to gather a harvest among these Samaritans, including the woman, but of course also notably including these men who are coming across the fields to see him as a result of her testimony, they are coming not simply on the basis of something that's taken place in this immediate moment, but there's been some groundwork. There's been a great deal of groundwork, in fact, that's gone on over the years, indeed possibly over the centuries, that is prepared for this moment. It's an encouragement to all of us, of course, to realize that our present labors may or may not be able to produce a harvest that we will immediately witness, but that somewhere, somehow, at some future date, the benefit of the contribution we make may fully be realized, and all of that is only going to be properly appreciated from the perspective of eternity.